Right, fellas, welcome back to the channel. It is time for the playoffs. Now, I've had to skip a few games. Some people were tanking. The games weren't great content, and I did play this Ravens earlier in the year. Week 16, I think it was, or something like that. It was a really good game. We did end up getting the win, but the connection was terrible in the game, so I ended up not streaming it and saving the game just to make sure the connection was as good as possible. But this guy is the Raiders. He has a YouTube channel, so check him out. The YouTube channel's TSAP. I'll link it below. Hit that sub button. He's grinding. New channel, so show him as much support as you can. But boys, it was a hell game, and his scheme was spread. So it's quite an individual scheme, to be fair to him. And it caused me a few issues early on. And then I kind of, towards the end of it, cottoned on exactly how to beat it. And I did go into this game having a game plan, knowing what I was going to do. It's a big game, fellas, and obviously he's been doing well this year. He's got a really stacked team. He's got Trey Lance, he's got Mark Andrews, so obviously that's going to be a common matchup and kind of, I don't even know how to say it, like pairing that he's going to look towards. So I imagine he's going to throw to Mark Andrews a lot and set up a deep post. So we get the ball first, boys. Snow game, so the handling is going to be worse for my wide receivers, and they're going to be slower as well, which doesn't suit me, but not a problem at all. You've got to improvise, adapt, and overcome. So we're just chilling here, boys. Not going to make any stupid reads like I normally do early on. I just try and throw crazy things early. I'm just going to throw underneath, but his user's just way off there, so I just know I can throw it over. I've thrown that ball so many times. I know I can just throw over the top of that if you pass lead it up. So we get to a 2nd and 10 now, boys. Bit of man coverage. R1 got apps. Sorry, I keep saying R1 because I'm PlayStation as well. But RB should have got open with route tech, but didn't. End up with a 3rd and 1 here. Just roll. I thought we were going to roll out, but instead we hit Kamara, get sticky, and we have tanks. So hit sticks just bounce off him, and we get a touchdown early on. So happy days, boys. I'm so used to just me rolling out, so I just presumed I was going to roll out early. But boys, that's this guy's favourite route combo that he had in the first game we played against him. He had an in route with Mark Andrews and a post over the top, and we adjusted to it perfectly. He threw the ball away, and he got a penalty for it. So 2nd and 24, he just takes his check down to make it 3rd and long. So 3rd and 15, he puts an absolute laser in down the seam, gets the first down. Very, very good read, to be fair. He's not thrown that ball in 2 games. And then I don't know why I left that seam wide open after he's just thrown it. So I'm just giving him easy yards at the moment. So just going to sit off in coverage a bit more. Do not want him dotting. And then he gets sticky with Trey Lance. Runs it so far up that field and makes it very short distance, and he's going to guarantee himself some points. So let's just try and stop him getting a touchdown. He runs the ball here. Good run defense there. We've got some good sheds. And obviously his players are like stuck in the mud the way everyone's running. Then he tries to get some separation, ends up just rolling out with Trey Lance. So 3rd and 3, can we get a stop? He runs the ball. I just missed the gap shoot, boys. Literally just miss it. And then he hits with the read option, which was his favourite kind of thing before. So we were ready for it. So then we leave him with a 2nd and goal. He looks like he's going to do it, but instead he does a play action, rolls out, throws the ball away. Perfect defense there. So 3rd and goal, can we get a stop? Man coverage, he runs the read option, and we just missed the tackle again, boys. And he manages to get the touchdown. So 7-all. Lots of time to go yet, fellas. So I hit RB with a little zig route, or I think it's called Texas route, not a zig route. Apologies. So 1st and 10 now. Again, RB is wide open, fellas. We set that up perfectly. It's not actually a read I normally look for, but if it's there, just hit it every time, and it makes their user kind of move to a different place in the field. This is a bit of a book, fellas. I'm not too sure, to be honest, because it was open, but his release there, Mahomes, was really slow, so I don't know what quite was going on. And then 3rd and 10, he gets a load of pressure. We managed just to roll out. Mahomes doing what he does, improvising in big situations. Then we get to a 3rd goal. And boys, trademark hit, Liam special. Now, I saw the right-hand side was a little bit full, a little bit covered. So I just rolled out to the drag on the left and still got a tuddy. It's still part of the play. So trademark it, boys. And then this post, I knew to look for it. So I managed to adjust to it. I was running a lot of cover 2 in the previous game and he was bombing it. And I made a couple of kind of tweaks that I know had to stop posts getting over the top. And it worked, boys. Then he hits with a nice playmaker. Nearly hits stick it out, but he manages to keep it in his hands. So now we have a 1st and 10, 40 yards left. Can we get a stop? It'll be a big stop. Remember, he does get ball at half, boys. So if he kills a load of this clock, we're going to be in a little bit of trouble, and he's going to be controlling this game. So 2nd and 7, that post nearly got open, but he sent enough pressure where he didn't have enough time to throw it. So 3rd and 7, can we get a stop? He runs the read option, was not expecting it, and he manages to get the 1st down. Really, really good play call. Was not expecting it, 3rd and 7, and yeah, just a clutch play call, to be fair to him. So then 1st and 10, He's just going to move this ball underneath. He's not going to look for any deep routes. So fair play to him. He's nice and patient. Hits with another play action. Nothing's really open, to be honest, boys. Really good coverage. So he rolls out instead of Trey Lance. I'm kind of not putting a spine at the moment. Just seeing if he can... just seeing if his first instinct is to roll out. And then we'll gradually start adjusting throughout the game. So first couple of drives, I'm not going to get that adjusty. But as I say that, we absolutely bag him. We sneak in a bit of man coverage, which we hadn't done yet. And I think he pressed the wrong button, but I do not care. I get a pick and I have really good field position. Now, what I mean by that is I feel really confident that he's not going to be able to stop me. So me being further back in the field means I can just kill more of this clock, because the closer I am, the quicker I feel like I'm going to get a touchdown. So I'm miles away. I can kill this clock down a little bit. And it's the last points in the half. So we get it down to a 2-minute warning. Just run that ball. Try and get it to a second and short. Second down comes to nothing. So we end up 3rd and 2. We end up rolling out, and yeah, I hadn't rolled out all game, so I knew I was going to roll out at some point. It's not a Liamobs game if I'm not rolling out. So I just waited for his users to get occupied, then rolled out and picked up the first down. So now it's 1st and 10, and look how much I'm bringing this clock down, boys. 20 seconds left now. The zig route looked open, but it wasn't. I don't know what I'm going to throw here. Oh my God, that is a flipping hot laser.
I'm Jesus, and I can confirm Liamobs just threw an absolute laser. Oh, that was a hot dot.
He actually used the zig route, the Texas route himself. So I just kept watching it, and he peeled off, boys, and I threw it as soon as he peeled off. Then we send a little bit of pressure, and Trey Lance finally sails him on a throw. Trey Lance has been perfect the whole game, but finally the pressure gets through. Throw under pressure, and we managed to sneak in a field goal with 1 second left. Timeout. That makes it 24-7. So in a really good spot here, fellas. He does get ball at half, but we've got more than a 2-possession lead. So he is in a little bit of trouble now, fellas. I'm not going to lie. So 1st and 10. I'm not going to lie, fellas. That was completely open, but I have started getting a little bit adjusted now. I don't want him getting a touchdown here. So we start double mabling. We start covering some of the deeper stuff. And I actually went cover 4. I knew that was an adjustment that he wasn't ready for. Completely bagged him. And we get the pick. Now, at this point, boys, it is GG's. I'm not going to lie. There's no way he is stopping me on offense unless I do something crazy. And he's not moving the ball easy enough to be able to get that kind of deficit, get back that deficit, if that makes sense, boys. So X is wide open, but I took a sack. Really quick sheds from him, and it leaves us with a 2nd and 20. Throw that little wire out to Alvin Kamara, which is so reliable normally to throw. So it leaves us a 3rd and 11. We're just going to relax, Playmaker up Kamara, which he wasn't ready for. Absolute steaming dot. And yeah, boys, unfortunately, he just can't get his defense going at the moment. So 1st and 10, we're going to do verticals again. If it's not broke, If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So there we go. Throw it to verticals. That route always gets open, especially if you have route tech. And then I try and roll out. Mahomes just misses a throw. But we did get some decent separation there, to be fair. So now 3rd and goal, boys. Can we convert? So we hit a little dig return, put a corner in, and unfortunately we take the sack. I didn't want to throw a pick there, so I was happy taking the sack. Take the field goal, as much as I probably could have gone for it just for the sake of it. Just keep accumulating them points. You never know what could happen. So I prefer to take the points than not. Then we get absolutely lurky with him. Now I feel bad at this point, boys. So I imagine I'm just going to skip through to the main plays, the main touchdowns, because it starts getting ugly. I'm not going to lie, boys. So we get a touchdown there to Hunter Henry. Nice little post route. Then it's 3rd and 10 here, boys. Everything's bagged again. Unfortunately, I kind of just figured out his offense. And it's one of those things where he'll come back stronger. His team's going to keep improving. And especially with Trey Lance, it's going to be even harder to stop in the future. But at this point, I'd figured out exactly what he was going to do on offense. The read option wasn't going to get him enough yards. Once he threw that pick at the end of the second quarter, and I got the field goal, he had to stop doing the read option and go into throw in. But look at this pick, fellas. Look at that pick. He throws it at my D lineman, but DeMarcus Lawrence goes wild, acts like a little linebacker in there, takes it for a pick 6. You don't see many of them with the screen passes. And that was 48-7, boys. So 1st and 10, he just throws it up, boys, goes for an aggressive catch, but he's under pressure, drops it, and we get another pick. And then we come down the field. We do take our time a little bit, end up throwing a pick or giving the ball away 4th down, but we get a safety after blitzing him. So he has to punt that ball back. Then we end up moving the ball down, killing a bit more of that clock, and absolutely throw a steamer. Look at this dot, boys. Mahomes, you are a joke. You're a joke of a man, Mahomes. He is definitely the MVP this year, boys. No doubt, no question about it. The stuff he's done, he's broke past records. As much as TD Barrett wanted Saquon to get it, you can't argue that Mahomes has not deserved it. He's broken the NFL passing record. He's done everything you can ask for him. But boys, look at the final score of my first playoff game. 57-15. That is how you make a statement to the league that you are here to win the Super Bowl, boys. And so, it's a double episode. Don't you worry, fellas. Mahomes, as he does, throws for 525 yards. And, yeah, next one is the divisional game. And if we win that, move on to the AFC conference game. So we're just looking at a playoff picture here. We were the first game to play the playoffs. So there's still to play for, but the Chargers playing the Patriots. That would be a good matchup. Houston playing the Jaguars. Chiefs just got the first seed, boys. I did go 16-1 or 17-1, but obviously he beat me and so did he. So he got the right to go through. But boys, we end up playing the Chargers. Now, before anything, let's look at who won MVP. Let's have a look who won MVP. Let's have a little look. Who won MVP? Patrick Mahomes, of course he did. Where is Saquon? Saquon's flipping... Where is Saquon? Saquon's fourth. So TD, what's happening? You're talking all this big game about Saquon being MVP. Look at big Patty Mahomes. There he is. MVP, fellas. It's been an MVP-worthy season as well. And look, he's broken the flipping all-time passing record. 6,315 yards. Absolutely wild. Absolutely wild. And that MVP, boys, is very well deserved. So let's move on to Chargers team. He has Russell Wilson, Amari Cooper, Leonard, Mike Williams, Bunting. Like, he has an absolute God squad, fellas. He also has Bakhtiari, so it's going to be harder to send pressure. He's got a very good team, boys. So let's get straight into it. Now, one thing you'll notice, fellas. One thing you will notice straight off the bat. I don't know if it's my luck or just on what it is. It's another snow game. So my first two playoff games in my Patriots franchise were snow games. And the first two here are snow games. And this guy's wearing white, so you can barely see his players. So we get the ball first, fellas. And all I'm thinking is move this ball nice and easy. So 3rd and 4, that X route gets open. So we just go to catch it easily and somehow drop it, fellas. Obviously, it's snowing, so the drops are bigger. So 4th and 4, famous mesh spot. We're going to look for Alvin Kamara. Alvin Kamara's open. We throw it. Alvin Kamara drops it, fellas. Alvin Kamara flipping drops it. So the field position he gets there is perfect. So 2nd and 8, he's just in such a good spot. And now remember, boys, now I'm just behind the 8 ball already. So we need to get a stop. I can't believe that wasn't a pick. I tried clicked on too late. And so he's on the 5-yard line already. So 2nd and goal. He's just sitting there. You cannot see his players either, fellas. He somehow gets it over my cloud. But look, his players are literally completely invisible in this snow. Like, I can't even see where his safeties are right now looking at the screen. So it is definitely a tough one. I probably should have mentioned that he should have gone in blue or something, because it is an absolute nightmare to see these players. But let's go, fellas. We take a terrible sack, 2nd and 24. Hit our verticals and make up for it straight away, luckily. So, yeah, we managed to make up for it. That could have been a very, very bad situation. Then we throw it again. It's open, so throw it. That's the logic. So then we're coming out here, boys. Now, we need to score quick, ideally, and then get a stop. That's my mantra, or what I'm looking for. So we hit up Alvin Kamara, try and work our way up the field. I don't even know really what to say at this point. We're trying to work up the field as quickly as we can. So 1st and 10 again. Rolling out. Nothing's really open until late. And it's a 1-yard line we are left at. So great catch from Keenan Allen. Hit him with the Liam special. Boys, we have to trademark it. Get the copyright rights. Because, boys, that is a joke of a goal line play. It's quite obvious if you know what I'm doing, but then you've still got to make sure you stop the fullback zone, stop the QB sneak. You can only really do that by by run committing. So pick your poison, fellas. And so he's got the ball here, moving this ball very nicely, which is incredibly frustrating. Hits me down the seam. Could have been a pick, but he just gets in front. And so 1st and 10 again. I just can't believe how invisible his players are. I'm struggling to see him on my screen. He does get sticky, though. We try and hit stick him, and it backfires, fellas. So 14-7. We're in a bad spot. A long way still to go in this game, but I have not looked like getting a stop yet. But then we see B get wide open, so we roll it out there. Unfortunately, Thielen is a snail in this franchise, so he can't take it to the crib. But then we hit up A. A is wide open. Great read. Hit a low ball just to make sure he doesn't get any weird animations. After that first drive, I'm a little bit scarred, I think. So 2nd and goal here. Y is wide open, so we low ball it again. I think I'm probably exaggerating the fact that I'm annoyed that the other two catches were completely dropped. So he gets a 1st and 10. Now, boys, that is a book. That's an absolute book. My linebacker should be playing that every day of the week, but unfortunately he didn't, and that's kind of been my luck recently, to be honest. But let's stop crying about it and try and get a stop. So 2nd and 7 here, boys. Only 3 minutes left in this half, and he rolls out very maturely and picks up a 1st down. So 1st and 10 here, fellas. 2 minutes 40 left. Very, very tight read again. So he throws it underneath, 2nd and 9. So 2-minute warning already, fellas. He throws a really good out route there, boys. I go into man coverage. That's just a great play call. So you hold your hands up and say fair play. So we are now 2nd and 7. Not much time left. 3 timeouts, though, which is the positive. And we throw an absolute beam. But unfortunately, Mahomes decides to sell. I think Mahomes, once he's hit MVP, has just thought, you know what, boys? I'm going to stop trying now. I've got my accolade. I've got my big, juicy bonus. So I'm going to stop making throws. And, yeah, a bit unfortunate, boys. That would have been the perfect time to get a touchdown. And maybe we could have got a stop and be level at half. But let's see if we still got a chance to score a touchdown. Let's see if we can get a touchdown. We hit up RB. It's open, so throw it. So we take our first timeout. 25 seconds left. Just take our check down, run out of bounds. And we have a lot of time, boys, to score here. Y is wide open. Well, what am I looking at? I didn't even see his user. That is how hard it is to see on my screen right now, his players. His user was there, and I was saying it's wide open. We managed to run the ball in with 16 seconds left. So ended up bringing that clock down really nicely. And so he's got 9 seconds with 1 timeout, boys. We go man coverage. No way he's getting anything open man coverage. Oh, wait. He gets an aggressive catch on man coverage as well. Like my drops were not man coverage. His was man coverage, and my DBs didn't play anything, and he gets a field goal just before half. So that was a massive play, to be honest with you, boys. So now 1st and 10 here, hits me down the seam again, which is so frustrating because that's where my user should be. And then he throws it outside. So, boys, he's moving this ball really well on offense, to be fair. Whether he's thrown a couple of books, whether he's made a few bad reads, he's got away with them, and that's all you need, really, boys. Nearly got a fumble there, but instead he picks up a 1st down. So 2nd and 8. Coming out, my user in such a better position there. My user's just covering everything. He has to throw the ball away, and that leaves him a 3rd and 8. So we're coming out in cover 2 now, boys. Gonna send the goons. We're gonna send the heat. And he throws it to the left-hand side, and we get a pick, fellas. That just wasn't open, unfortunately. And we can't take it for 6, but perfect play call. We are back in this game, fellas. We are back in this game. So let's go and move this ball. So A is open. I couldn't quite tell what button that was. A is open. So we hit it. 2nd and 8 now, boys. Nothing's really open. We try and throw it to Y, and Y manages to catch it. And massive play there, boys. Just trying to move the momentum of the game. And so 1st and 10 now, boys. We're going to run this ball. Just try and get his user looking at different things and be a bit more patient. So then we hit him with verticals. His user jumps down to the left. And then I throw a book, fellas. I'm not going to lie. For some reason, I thought I can get it over that player. But Duggar just made the play of the year. Fair play, good user play, and we throw a pick. And that's us throwing away games, boys. Like, I was in a good position, moving that ball so easily as well. I wasn't even struggling to move the ball, and we make a mistake like that, and it just kills us. So 1st and 10 now, boys. Can we get another stop? He rolls out, misthrows it. So, boys, we need to get a bit of momentum. Momentum's still on his side, but just a few more big plays, and momentum will be back on our side. So he rolls out. Boys, that's a book. That is such a book. My user didn't manage to animate on it, but you can see I turned back. I was spamming Y, and that just was a terrible route combo. But he's been getting away with it, so you've got to start making plays, Liam. And then he hits me with that original play where he threw the pick, but this time it gets open and he takes it for a tuddy. So it is not looking good, fellas. 31-21. We're in the 4th quarter, but I've got to score quick. I have to score quick because he's just going to milk the hell out of this clock, and I can't afford him to do that. So we throw a nice little bunch trail out there. The little trail route gets open, and then 2nd and 1. This is pretty much a free play, boys. Best advice for you fellas, if you got a 2nd and 1, it's a free play, so throw it deep. But somehow Keenan Allen, with flipping route technician and deep out elite, gets absolutely bagged. And that's GG's, fellas. Like, I can't believe that. Even watching that back, route tech, you can throw that just anyways. Sometimes it's a bit nervy if his receiver has an ability, because sometimes one step ahead does animate on it and cover things well. But there's no reason his defensive back should have played that. I have route tech, deep out elite, literally every ability with flipping maximum deep route running, maximum medium route running. Just I couldn't done anything more there. So I threw it knowing he was going to get open. He's got open all season. But the one time he doesn't, it's a pick in a playoff game. So blimmin' typical. So it's 34-21 now, fellas. I have to do something pretty major here at this point. So I'm going to roll out. Well, I'm not even going to roll out because it contains a bag in me. I'm going to have to throw a deep ball and hope I get an animation or something. But he ends up dropping it straight onto his man. And yeah, fellas, this has been a pretty sour finish to the playoffs. I'm not going to lie, boys. Yeah, I quit the game. These kind of guys sometimes just keep trying to run up the score. I wasn't there for it. I was getting a bit annoyed that I felt like I was just getting unlucky. Nothing went my way at all that game. But it happens. So, boys, we were probably the favourites to win the Super Bowl that year. We hadn't lost since the first week. And we're out of the playoffs. So, boys, look, we're going to be back next season. We do have an old team, which is a worry. I'm not going to lie, fellas. We have an old team. So that is a big worry. But if we can draft well, we do have Bateman still, wide receiver, coming through. We have a couple of young safeties. We'll be all right. So, boys, appreciate you in Season 1. Season 2 is coming next week. So please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.